Finally checked out the sequel, Trolls World Tour. So please click that subscribe button so we can get into this. I think I'm legally required to ask for a subscribe button click in the first 10 seconds. So there you go. I did it. I did what everybody else does. I am basic. And this film is pretty basic too, but actually less complicated than the original plot of this weird kingdom that eats trolls and uses them to feel things like emotions. They're like, oh, taste this troll, it will give you joy. um I mean, the implications there are that they've been eating trolls for a long time. And anyway, so this one's more about music. So why didn't they make this the first Trolls movie? Um, this once again brings back the voices of Anna Kendrick and Justin Timberlake in the main roles as Poppy and Branch, respectively. And along for the ride are a host of new voices. Oh my God, I didn't know this many people wanted to be in a Trolls movie. We've got Kelly Clarkson, we've got Divine Joy Randolph, we've got Mary J. Blige, we've got Zoe Deschanel, we've got Fludla Borg, Keenan Thompson, Anthony Ramos. Just the list goes on. Sam Rockwell has a little bit of a bigger part in it, and probably the biggest new addition is Rachel Bloom, who plays Barb, the villain. So yeah, I actually thought this was better than the first Trolls. I didn't think I would. I wasn't like a huge fan of the first Trolls. Second time through on Trolls, I liked it a little bit better. I didn't hate it as much. I actually liked this movie better than the first one. So this franchise is growing on me, guys. I don't know what to do about that. But this actually had a concept that made sense. Felt like it should be the Trolls movie. It has the trolls all sort of like, it takes place after the events of the first film, although you wouldn't know that because they don't really reference the first film. But Poppy's the queen, and there's a Barb that's from the rock kingdom of trolls. But when I say rock kingdom, I mean like rock music. Apparently the trolls are separated into kingdoms based on their music style, and Poppy is the queen of pop, and which makes sense when you think about it. So then Barb is the queen of rock, and Barb is on a mission to steal the string from all of the other trolls. They all have like a magic string. It gets really dumb if you really think about that. But anyway, it's trying something here. What was really fun is to see them go through all the different worlds and all the different musical genres. I thought it was funny that the funk people are also the rap community. And I was like, is rap and funk the same thing now? But like in the audio description, they call them the funk troll. And I'm like, they just rapped. Is this funk? Is this rap? Is this hip hop? Is this R&B? What are we in? What are we doing here? So, yeah, there's some like weird catch-all thing over there. There was a troll that is clearly a nod to Skrillex, which is weird in 2020. I think it's like Trollix or something like that. Some, and yeah, so they just bounce around. There's obviously country trolls and K-pop trolls for some reason, which is really weird when you think about it, because is that really, it's Korean pop. It's just pop from another country. So it's like looking at it from a very American perspective of what music is, because K-pop is just pop that's from Korea. So to them, that's pop. You know what I'm saying? Like if they made this movie in Korea, I don't know, would they have A-pop? Like, what do they call our pop music? Yeah, I mean, we don't call it A-pop, so I'm assuming Korean pop, they don't actually actively call their stuff K-pop, because that would be weird, because they are in Korea already. They don't need to call it, they don't need to refer to things as, I'm gonna go eat at a Korean restaurant. Well, we're in Korea, so I feel like that's redundant. Um, anyway, I'm down a rabbit hole. I, this movie tries harder. I like this movie more. It tries harder. It's more about the trolls are defined by something other than their looks, which thank God. The narration is always going to have a struggle with giving each one of these trolls a visual identity and having the time to do it, because each one of these trolls, at least I haven't seen visually the sequel, but I could see when the first one came out, and they all have like their own visual look thing, and they're way more defined by what they look like than who they are. They have no personality other than Poppy and Branch. Um, so yeah, they fixed that by instead defining them by music genre, which seems to work a little bit better, I guess. And this was fun and a little bit more lightweight, and I wouldn't have had, you know, a bad time enjoying this with my kids or your kids or anybody's kids. It just this seems like the kind of film that's like, okay, cool, thanks for making the sequel. It's I don't know that it's not great. I'm not gonna throw an Oscar at it, but I think they fixed some of the problems that the Trolls movie had, and it makes this for a better watch. It's also about 90 minutes, so it's pretty quick. It just jumps right in there and it says, "This is the plot. This is what we're gonna do. Welcome," and we're gonna move along. Audio description. I talked about how the first one they make the choice, which I know some people want. I'm just not in that camp of describing through musical numbers, but it wasn't balanced well enough, so you couldn't really hear the description very well anyway. This one doesn't do that. This one dodges the singing as much as possible because the singing is more integrated as being clearly a part of the film as it represents each one of the musical groups. There's a lot of music in here. They go visit a group, that group has to sing to represent their music. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, how do we know they're the country trolls if they don't sing? Oh my God. It's like, yeah, we have to let them sing first so they can represent. Um, yeah, so music is, it's amazing actually how much they fit into 90 minutes when you really look at it. Which is why the plot really is not that deep. It's really just like Poppy is here. She discovers there's more of a trolls world. We discover there's more of a trolls world. What I think is really funny is that there's a sequel, but then we immediately go underwater. And I'm like, was this like Avatar? Did they know that Avatar was immediately going to bring like water into it? Like the first group of trolls live underwater, like that we explore beyond Poppy's group. It just like it shows us that there's a greater trolls world, and it's like underwater trolls. I'm like, oh my God. So this is Trolls, the Way of Water. Like, welcome water trolls. um so yeah, I think people will like this. I think your kids will like this if your kids haven't seen it already. um Check it out. Check it. Yeah, I'm being silly. I can't believe I'm watching Trolls movies. Anyway, I'll be watching the third one. It's about to drop on Peacock, which is why I was catching up on the Trolls franchise. I like the audio description here. I actually like the audio description, the written audio description of the first film. So both of these films are trying really hard. I'm giving them a little bit of a pass because I know that they don't have the time. These films require sort of like a special feature, an additional, we need to be able to click on a guide to be able to describe these trolls and really get an in-depth description of them, because they're all different, and there's so many of them. Even the little small ones, like Poppy's little group that really just never stand out as like unique characters. They all have their own thing, you know what I'm saying? Like they all look completely different. And I would assume, even though I haven't seen them, that every single one of these trolls that's in another group, they have the same thing. They may look country or they may look rock, but probably each troll, beyond having like a couple of stereotypical rock and country things, have their own unique look to them. So it's tough because they all, yeah, because that's the way that it is no one troll looks like another. Um, and just if we were to want to try to immerse kids into this more, we would need some sort of like companion to this, which wouldn't hurt, because you could have one companion somewhere for kids for the whole franchise at this point, because there's like 3 movies, 2 TV series, there's like a Christmas special, uh, there's a bunch of things out there. So if you immerse kids in trolls, they could be immersed in trolls everywhere for everything. Anyway, just food for thought. But I'm going to give Trolls World Tour a B. It's up a grade point from the B- I gave Trolls in the other video. So, yeah, I mean, it's not, we're not dealing with classic cinema here, but it is more entertaining than the first film, and it makes more sense than the first film. So, there you go. If you want to see a Trolls movie where people aren't trying to eat your protagonists, this is your film. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I will watch something else. In the meantime, you can check out my website, macmoviiguy.com. You can go to X, Twitter, or Threads and follow me at MacMovieGuy. You can go to the audio description project, adp.acb.org. It'll let you know what has audio description, where you can watch it. And you can go to the adna.org. That's the adna.org. It'll let you know who's narrating your favorite film and television series. That's it. I'm going to watch something else. See you guys on the other side.